Thank you all so much for clicking on this video. My name is Kela Trishaan and I make videos on lifestyle, womanhood, and mental health. So if those are some things that interest you, go on ahead and click on that subscribe button below and be sure to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Okay, so guess what day it is? Yep, it is Storytime Friday. So I am back with another story time. This is also from my time working in rental. I was an assistant manager, and let's just say that my branch manager and this customer had me effed up. So if you want to hear the drama, go on ahead and stay tuned. Okay, this particular day, it was like in the morning. I was stressed out, like super stressed out. And it was mainly because I was just overworked. Anybody that's worked in rental knows that the hours are long, days are long. You're dealing with a lot of customer issues, vehicle issues, like everything under the sun. So I was on edge. I'm just gonna go on ahead and put it out there. So basically, a customer came in and he wanted to rent a car. Not a problem. Let me just give you a little bit of background on kind of how the process works. So when you come in to rent a vehicle, you have to have a credit card to put down your deposit and then pay for the rental car. The reason why we ask for credit cards is because there is a line of credit attached. And so if you choose to not bring the car back, if you choose to do anything crazy, there's still a way to find you. Now, debit card transactions are accepted, but usually you have to live in the area and you have to provide some type of utility bill to show that you live at said address. Follow me? Okay. So this guy comes in and he had cash. So he wanted to rent a vehicle, but he wanted to put down a cash deposit. Cash deposits are typically a no-no. There were some exceptions that we made for different businesses, but for the most part, if you're just somebody walking out the street, you cannot put down a cash deposit. So the gentleman comes in and he presents me with $700 cash, and he wants to rent a car, and he's like,
yeah, I want to rent a car for so many days, and this is what I have.
So I said, Mr. Customer, we do not accept cash deposits. Do you have a credit card? He turns to me and he says,
No, I do not have a credit card, but I have cash. This is cold hard cash. Why can't you accept it?
I said, Mr. Customer, our policy is to only take credit cards for these type of transactions. We can't take a debit card if you have one if you live in the area. He says,
Well, I don't have either one of those.
I said, okay, well then I'm not gonna be able to rent you a car. So then we go back and forth for several minutes. And I usually don't make it a habit of arguing with people, but this man was going back and forth and he would not take no for an answer. So eventually he gets so angry with the conversation that he pulls out this cash and he starts throwing it in my face. Throwing money, like cash, dirty money in my face. So he starts throwing it in my face. And I am livid. Like, I could not believe that this was happening. So I'm just playing. I didn't take off my earrings, but I thought about it. So I got so angry and I asked him to leave. I said, sir, that was disrespectful. Money's dirty. You can go on ahead and leave. We don't want your business. So of course he starts cussing me out, telling me where I could go, calling me all kinds of names. He called me everything but a child of God. So I'm thinking, okay, my manager hears this and he should be coming to save the day. So no, what ends up happening is my manager, he comes up and he kind of runs up like from behind. So I turn around and I see him coming up and he looks at me and he says,
What did you do? Why are we not assisting him?
I'm lost because the money is still sitting right there on the counter. So I'm like, you mean to tell me that this person just threw cash in my face and you're asking me what I did? Nah, can't be me. can't be I. So I was so fed up. And again, I was stressed out already. So this was like the final straw. So I stormed off. But I didn't just storm off. I got so angry that I teared up, and I try to make it a thing not to cry in front of customers or in front of management, but I was so angry and I was feeling so violent that I did not know what to do. So basically what I did was I took my keys, my work keys, off of my key ring, and I threw them. And I looked at my manager and I was like, you got me effed up. Like, the customer told him he got me effed up. And at this point, the customer's looking like, oh, is she about to follow me to my car? I might, but I'm not, because I like my freedom. So I threw everything and I stormed off crying. And basically, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm about to quit. So I throw everything, I grab my purse, and I walk out the back door, because there was like a back door that led to an alleyway that led to our parking lot so I could go to my car. So I stormed off and I am crying. So my co-assistant, he was so funny. Oh my God, he was so funny. My co-assistant, he runs after me and he's like,
Wait.
and I'm like, what? I don't want to talk right now. And he says,
Hold on. I know you're angry, but you don't have another job. So here are your keys. Go on ahead, put those back on your ring.
and then I look and I'm like, you right. So I put my keys back on my ring. He says,
Look, I know that you're upset and that was effed up. It was messed up. Definitely shouldn't have went down that way. But how about this? I'm gonna go on ahead and run the front counter for you. You go take a lunch, take a long lunch, get yourself together, and then come back to the branch when you feel up to it.
I could thank him. I did thank him, actually. We're still cool to this day. Thank you for saving me. He basically was like,
Look, you got rent, you got bills, you got a car note, you can't quit your job.
which was true. So I left and I went to go and get sushi. Now on the way there, I did have an employee that I was really cool with. She helped train me, but I ended up getting promoted before she did. So she was one of my employees. So I call her and I'm still hysterical, just talking about, what happened and how the manager treated me. So she was like,
Girl, no, he didn't. Where are you going?
I was like, girl, to get sushi. She's like,
I'ma meet you.
come on. So she and I met up at the sushi place, which wasn't too far from the job, and we ate everything. We got all the rolls, we got all the dessert, we got, well, water. We couldn't drink because we were still on the clock, but whatever. So we ate, and the gag is, because I was an assistant manager, I could take my employees out for developmental lunches. So we just called that a developmental lunch. So it took me about an hour or so to calm down, because I was so pissed. Like, I felt so violated. I felt like my manager didn't protect me. And again, like, I felt like I did so much and I just couldn't understand why I was being treated that way. So me and my coworker, we ate our food, we got full, and then I decided it was time to come back to the branch. So we were gone for like maybe 3 hours. So we come back in and my manager's looking at me like, he looked scared. Like, almost like he thought I was gonna come in and go postal or cuss him out or whatever. And I wasn't even on that energy. I wasn't even on it. I just basically told him, how I felt and where I was coming from, and how it's not okay that a customer is basically allowed to treat me that way. This person, one, it was a man. So not like, I don't think anybody should disrespect anybody, but it's kind of crazy when a man does that to a woman. Because, like, if we're gonna be real, it's like, if he really wanted to like physically harm me, he probably could have. And so in my mind, I was thinking, okay, like, not only did you just let this man degrade me, but you didn't protect me. And for me, even as a woman, like, I feel like I would protect my employees, but that taught me a valuable lesson, that not everybody is gonna do things how you would. And then two, these companies a lot of times are worried about customer service and they're worried about the image. So a lot of things kind of fly under the radar. Even if it's messed up, they just kind of let it slide. So, I mean, I stayed working there for a little bit longer, but clearly I'm not there anymore. So yeah, that was like one of those days where I really had to consider, one, do I really need this job? And two, do I really need my freedom? Because that guy was about to catch these hands. I'm just saying. All right, so that is all I have for today's story time. I got more coming for you, don't worry. And if you liked it, go on ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it also lets me know to keep on making these videos. If you have not subscribed already, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below, and be sure to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And with that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, Robert Horry, Ray Allen, I come through in the clutch. Repetition, repetition.